Hi, Summer. I am walking Wookie. Hot and muggy out today, sort of midsummer, mid-July at least, and 7-Eleven to be specific. Just getting home from work, and it's really muggy out. The skies are somewhat gray, thick with clouds, thick with water. And it looks like it is going to rain. It really feels like it's going to rain. It feels very humid. It almost feels wet. I can feel the water dripping right out of the air around me. And just wanted to say hello. This feeling before it rains is unique. It's one of those unique moments in life. Maybe it's something that makes most people stop to pause, or pause to think and reflect. So just wanted to share this special moment with you. I'm on Pine Ledge. It's 2019. My plan right now in life is to take care of my mom after my dad passed away, to do what I can to help her with her health and her well-being. Not sure exactly what I can do or how much I can give. It's a challenge. We have our challenges as it is in our relationship. So this is one of the hardest things I've ever done, is to be there for her in this situation. I mean, it's a hard thing in general anyway. But it really does make things more complicated that we did not have a good relationship before this. So anyway, just trying to focus on her health and well-being, trying to really think through where she can go after this, where she can live, what her life can be like, how I can help her really make the best and the most of it. Next to that, it's getting the house ready. That's a lot. I'm focusing on the basement and the garage. There's a lot in there. My parents always had too much stuff. For some reason, they were never able to get rid of enough stuff. That's sad because we didn't really get to use the house as much as we probably could have, because there was always too much stuff in the basement, too much stuff in the garage. It made it hard to function. It's something a mistake that many people make in life. Not to pass judgment, that can be the result of a lot of things. Maybe more often than not, it's just people having way too much to do, which I always thought might be the case for my dad. But just getting rid of a lot of stuff can really help in that kind of a situation. I would rather have almost nothing than have too much stuff. It's nice having nice, open, free space. That's how a lot of my apartments have been, or the best apartments I've lived in. I haven't had a lot of stuff, and it's nice. Somewhat Spartan, I guess you could call it. But in any case, that's a big thing on my list to do right now, is to get the house ready to sell. Do as much as I can to do that. Next is getting a new car, which I've done, but there is some controversy about having a smart car. I bought a 2015 smart car with only around 3,700 miles on it, 3,700 miles, and that car was only $6,900, which is a really good deal for a 2015. It's made by Mercedes. The safety cage, the cage that the cabin is in, the crash cage, or whatever they would call it, the tritium roll cage or tritium cage, that was designed by Mercedes Formula One engineers, which are the best, supposedly, in the world. So that really does have good safety features. I also talked to, pretty thoroughly, talked to the mechanic that sold me the car, who I've known for quite some time and trust. I talked to the New York State Troopers, and I talked to the Mercedes dealership, or a Mercedes dealership, and all of those sources told me that they all thought the car was safe. So I also think the car is safe. The only thing I don't like is that your head is a little close to the window. Even though it's got a supposedly indestructible cage, it's a big window, and the glass isn't strong. So if something protrudes into the window during a crash, that could be dangerous. So I'm trying to figure out if I do get a different car, what car I'm going to get next. I actually wouldn't mind having a different car. That car is good for a lot of reasons. 40 miles to the gallon, better for the environment. I like that it's small, it's newer, so it's not going to need a lot of repairs. And that's big. To have a car that's a 2015, that's that new, that isn't going to need repairs for a long time with only 3,000 miles on it. Oh my God, compared to the Trailblazer, I have 200,000 miles on the Trailblazer, and I think the transmission is going to go. And I'm putting on average $400 a month in that car. Not to mention driving at 100 miles a day. So using shit ton of gas. All very expensive. And I think that is my biggest expense, and I think I'm spending way more on my car than I realize. And I think that's playing a role in me not being able to save up enough money to get out of my parents' house. So I really need to figure my car situation out. I also would rather have a four-wheel drive car in the wintertime. I honestly don't think the smart car is going to be that great in the winter. So I would rather have a nice winter car. But your mom hates it. And that's what that is. So I need to figure out my car situation. Next to that is getting a new apartment, and that's key. That's really the end of this, not the end, but the last part of this the next big step forward for me is to take care of my mom, get the house ready, get my car situation straightened out, or get a new car, and get a new apartment, get a new place to live. Considering buying a house, but I think I would need to save up quite a bit first, and that would take quite a bit of time considering how much I make right now. And so I've been barely able to save anything so far, making $45,000 a year at my current job. And I don't even have any student loan payments at this point. They're very low right now, and they're going to go up in the next month or two based on my income. So that's going to be quite a challenge. So buying a house, I don't think is realistic in the very near future, especially if I want to get out of my parents' house soon, which I really need to do. And once I do that, that's, I think, when a lot of great things about life can really begin. It's been really hard living in Clarence to have a fulfilling life. It's really hard out here to meet anybody. It's hard to do a lot of social things. I have to think that once I'm living out more towards the city, perhaps on Elmwood, that I'll be able to meet a lot more people and have a lot more fun and do things that make life worth living. And that includes maybe meeting a romantic partner. I want to be more hopeful about that. I've tried to embrace a kind of more realistic attitude when it comes to romance and love. And I don't like that. I was never like that. And I always tried to dream big in that way. In every way, but in that way especially. Or at least definitely in that way. And have high hopes. Because you only live once, and I really wanted to make the best of my life. But there have been a lot of challenges. And things that I haven't been able to overcome. And so, but I want to be optimistic again and be realistically optimistic, I guess you could say. But I'll make myself into the best that I can be, so I have something to offer someone, and really go for the kind of woman that gets me excited. To really go for the kind of woman that would make me drive me crazy, would in a good way, would make me happy. I guess you could say, someone that I would be excited to be with, genuinely excited, and not to try to lower my standards or broaden my horizons, because I don't think you can be perfectly honest with someone that you're doing that with. If I'm making myself accept the fact that I can't really be with the kind of woman that I want to be with, and that I should accept what's around me more for the sake of not being alone, you can't, that would be a turnoff for someone if I were ever to be honest with them that I were doing that. And I don't think I could ever be comfortable not being open about myself in a way that would reveal that. So I don't think it's even a choice. I don't think I have a choice to lower my standards, because I will only be in a relationship with someone that I can be perfectly honest with, open and direct, to share all my thoughts and feelings with. And to be with someone in that way, I need to be infatuated with someone. I think most women only want to be with someone who is genuinely infatuated with them. That's one of the reasons your mother didn't want to be with me. She knew I wasn't infatuated with her. And you can't lie about that. She didn't want me to pretend. And as hard as it was for us to break up, it was the best thing for both of us. Even the best thing for her, because she didn't want to be with someone who wasn't in love with her. And she is a Christian. So, in this case, altruism wasn't the right answer. So I'm hoping to, once I move to a new apartment, I can get out more, do more things, meet more people, maybe meet someone special. And that involves you. I want to bring you with me. I want to, wherever we live, I want it to be a fun place for both of us. I want it to be fun and exciting, lots of things to do, not lonely, lots of people that we can be friends with and genuinely be good friends with, and have genuinely high hopes, and do the things that really matter to us, that we want to do, that are the things that are really the most fulfilling things in life, and adventurous things. My ideas right now are things like going to places like LaSalle Park, the Tiff Nature Preserve, all the libraries in the area, museums, zoos, skate parks. I want to master the land, the air, the sea, and space with you, and traverse those things with the human spirit and technology. Maybe that sounds kind of corny, but that has been a realization lately, is to, there's very exciting things we can do in traversing the world around us. And since we have to stay in this area, that's something that we can do locally. That's still just as exciting as if you were anywhere else, really. The one piece that's really missing for me in having a very fulfilling life around here is that I've never been able to separate the idea of having a really fulfilling life with the idea of traveling and going and living in other cultures and living in other places and really traveling the world. I feel like the wisdom that you can get from really living in other places, living in other cultures, and the friendships that you can make, that has so much potential to it. That is such a potential key to really living the most fulfilling kind of life a person can, and to doing the most exciting things, and to do the most meaningful things. I really have a hard time separating that from the notion of traveling. So in that way, and not tourism. I'm talking about living in other cultures, learning other languages, making deep connections with people that you can stay friends with, and using those connections, using that enlightenment that you gain to really make changes in the world, to rally people, to bring people together in a way that we accomplish really great things. So I have to deal with that. That staying here won't involve that so much. But maybe there's a way to do both. I don't know. I'm trying to stay open-minded. Maybe I can travel in a way that I'm still able to live here with where you are and near the people you love, for you, but to also do those other things. And maybe there's a way to bring the world to us. I've tried to do that in other ways by working with people from other cultures. Employment counseling with refugees was one way that I did that. I really felt like if you're going to be counseling people from other cultures, then in a way you're touching the soul of that culture. It mirrors the kind of enlightenment I was pursuing in my early ambitions of traveling. That has really broken my heart to not travel in that way in my life. So I've struggled to recover from that, for whatever the reasons were that I gave that up. So, but next on the horizon, taking care of my mom, getting the house ready, getting a car, getting an awesome place to live, and going out and just really living life to the fullest with you. I love you.